Hello, guys. I hope everyone is doing great. Yeah, Hector is absolutely right. Like always, they can be anywhere. I mean, all you need is a computer and internet connection. So that's fine. That's fine. Let's hi Hector. So let's go straightly to some of the things that I actually wanted to discuss with you. First of all, everyone is getting panicked because markets are coming down. But for me, like it's not the time to get panicked, honestly speaking, because the all-time high is around $70,000 or something. So we are barely 15% down from the all-time highs, and there is no reason for anybody to panic. So it's just like 10%, 15% from all-time highs. I don't think it's a kind of like major correction or something as such. Um, I'm I'm still seeing markets are very strong if you see, because the kind of news that we are getting every day, they seem to be quite serious, but still markets are not reacting so badly. And look at what happened in Wall Street. All the stocks got butchered, hammered very badly. But still, crypto is not falling to that extent. If you see, I mean, if you see the stock of Nvidia, if you see the stocks of Tesla, they have fallen down so much. But we are not seeing Bitcoin falling down so badly, to be honest. So I don't think like there is any cause of concern for now. But we have to understand like why it's falling, right? Because there are some minor issues, there are some major issues, microeconomics, macroeconomics, everything comes into the play when we speak about the market correction. First of all, big economies, like for example, Germany, clearly the unemployment rate is going up and growth is stalling. It's not increasing, or there is no way like where any analyst is able to predict as of now that it's going to do well in the future or in the next few years or something like that. But we should also understand that these are advanced economies. I mean, these are economies like which is very well developed. So we cannot expect them to grow so much like the way how emerging economies grow. It can be Brazil, or it can be India or Vietnam or Indonesia, these kind of countries, because these are still developing countries. They have a lot of room to develop. But it's not the same with advanced economies, because they don't have so much of room to develop because they are already developed. So I mean, sometimes people are expecting too much, and there is very less reality in that. So little bit of unemployment concern and little bit of change in their economies like creates panic in people. I don't know why, but they should not panic so much. But that's what I'm seeing. There is a genuine concern of unemployment in United States, because it has reached 5%, which is quite big for such a big economy. And they're expecting it to go like further to 7% or something like that. So if such a economy, which is the world's largest, having so much of unemployment, is creating some problems with investors, because unemployment can mean so many things, right? Unemployment can mean that maybe companies are not doing so good, so they don't want to hire so many people, or there are not so much of jobs. There can be so many issues. I mean, like if you see US, like there are so many undocumented immigrants there, coming from Mexico, coming from everywhere. The problem is not about the immigration, the problem is about the illegal immigration. And when illegal immigrants come in, it is going to cause some problems, and we have to be very honest about that, because they can work somewhere illegally, and which is stealing the job away from the person who is there legally. So there are a lot of things that is happening, especially when millions of people have moved to United States. I think it was supposed to happen, it was bound to happen. There are other factors also, like what people are not thinking about, but for me it's a very big alarming thing. For example, US insurance market, I think is in a kind of trouble. I think it's not billions of dollars, it's trillions of dollars, because we are speaking about the housing market of United States, which is trillions and trillions of dollars. And the problem is that most of the houses, like, I mean, 19% of the US houses are not insured properly. And when I'm saying not insured properly, which means like in the last years, we are seeing a lot of wildfire, we are seeing a lot of tornadoes, we are seeing a lot of natural calamities, which is taking a toll on the houses. And if they are not insured, I mean, it's going to add a lot of burden on people. They are going to lose literally everything. And if insurance are supposed to pay them back, it's going to be much more than what they are receiving as premium, or probably what they have been receiving since several years. And if this is the case, then it's not something like a US subprime crisis, but it will be something like Great Depression, what we have seen in 1920s in United States. So this insurance market is a very volatile market. It's a ticking bomb of trillions of dollars. And this is going to be much, much bigger than what you have ever seen in subprime crisis. Because I was reading, like just an article in the morning about this. Um, they say that, like, for example, one of the journalists who was speaking online to the media, he said that US house owners wildfire and flood risks are underinsured by $28.7 billion a year. As a result, more than 70 million homes, representing nearly 19% of total US home value, are at risk of suffering what could total 1.2 trillion in value destruction. So this is a huge thing. And the journalist is also telling that the total housing market is worth about $45 trillion. So we are speaking about like trillions and trillions of dollars, and we are no more speaking in billions of dollars. And when you're speaking about such a big disaster which is about to happen, then it will be much worse than Great Depression, because especially in 2024, and we just are coming out from the COVID crisis, like which just hit 4 years ago. So this is going to be a very big thing. So people are even worried about that. And another major thing which is about macroeconomics that people need to understand was, have you seen the graph of Japanese yen versus dollar? Have you seen that graph? Japanese yen versus dollar. You will see something what you have never seen before. And the reason is that Bank of Japan had 0% interest rates on borrowing of yen. 0%, absolutely zero. So what people did, they borrowed everything in yen, they invested in stock markets, they invested literally everywhere. And what they didn't know was that Bank of Japan was increasing the interest rate by 0.25% quite recently. Now, so far, they were enjoying the money, which was for free. They don't pay any interest on that. But now they have to pay interest on that one. And the thing is, like, since money has been invested everywhere, we don't know if it is profitable or not. Now they're pulling out all the money to pay it back to Japan. And the pulling out is not small thing. The pulling out can be $1 trillion, because we are speaking about investments in various asset classes, stock markets, real estate, many, many, many things. So this is also one of the reasons like why when Japan increased the interest rate by 0.25%, the BOJ increasing it. On the same day, we saw the US stock markets falling down very badly. So the bond markets and everything is going to get impacted from it. So this is also something like what people are really, keeping it in their mind, and they're really scared about. Because if all the money is taken away from this market, then it's going to be huge. Then it's going to be very big. And another factor which I have been telling since a very long time, when people were like applauding, people were like they were just enjoying this news of big institutions coming into crypto. I was the first person like who was always saying this is very bad for the industry, because on the face value it looks like, okay, this asset has been accepted by the Wall Street, it's accepted by BlackRock, it's accepted by everybody, it's accepted by my friend, my father-in-law, my mistress, and everything. Like, this is what people keep imagining about, but they don't think how bad the situation can get. Now what is happening, because of all these ETFs and everything, they can buy huge quantity, they can sell huge quantity, and this is going to happen, and they are not going to buy on the open market. So people always expect that when big institutions or funds come, they think if people are going to buy it on Binance or on KuCoin or like Coinbase, like on the market. Like, no, big institutions always buy OTC. They don't buy it directly on the market. That's why you don't see any kind of spike or anything as such. And now these people are selling these things, all the bitcoins and ethereums they have, and you are witnessing, the sell pressure, because of which the prices are coming down drastically. Especially ethereum has been a very big underperformer in the recent times. If you see Solana, for example, during the bad times of FTX crisis, the Solana came to $19. It even came to $10, I think, if I'm not right. If I'm not wrong, it came to $9 or $10. Like it was even a single digit. I have seen it once. And from $9, it went back to $180, which is like almost like, 20x from where it was. But if you're speaking about Ethereum, which was like $4,400 when in 2021 when we made the ICO. That was the last time when we saw those prices. After that, we never saw that prices. So it's coming down. They're making money. They're making like $600 million in 1 year because of the transaction fee and everything. They're profitable. It's the largest, blockchain, and the highest apps are placed on it. Very stable. Everything is good. I mean, like even b-cube tokens are on Ethereum, and even B3X will also be on Ethereum. So we all like Ethereum. We love Ethereum. But the problem is like the scalability of Ethereum has been an issue. It's not been addressed so far. So we are all thinking about the sharding of Ethereum. We are all thinking about like many innovation that is supposed to come on Ethereum, but that hasn't happened so far. So because of which I think right now people are thinking a lot about the blockchains. And if you're seeing the number of wallets and the number of transactions, clearly Solana is winning. Solana is winning hands down. If you see the community growth, if you see the developers growth, if you see the apps being built on Solana, and the quality of apps that are built on Solana, and memes, meme tokens, everything, they're all on Solana today. So this is very clear. Like they're winning. They're winning this war against any other blockchains. I don't know any other blockchain which comes even close to Solana currently in terms of community growth, in terms of like active development by developers, and like many other things what they are trying to do, which is simply amazing. So even I started to like Solana. I mean, I was a bit skeptical in the beginning about Solana, about many factors. That is a kind of blockchain which has broken down a couple of times. It was inaccessible for users for some time, and that was kind of like shut down on the blockchain, which shouldn't have happened, which is very unfortunate. But we cannot criticize that only for that. There is an innovation part also, because when you innovate something, very great things, very wonderful things, you will fail in the beginning, or somewhere you will fail. But the day when you find your ground, and when like go through that process, then you will end up at a place which is going to be something very amazing. I think Solana has really done it, because nobody thought when Solana went to $9 that it's going to bounce back anywhere even close to $50. Everybody said it's finished, it's gone, it's dead. That was a kind of tone what people had in their mind. And to be honest, like many of them even believed it. Like, yeah, Solana is done now because FTX is having major tokens. They're going to dump it in the market and it's finished. But the way how they came out of that negative PR, and how they stood their ground, how they grew their community, and how so many dApps were built on them, so many meme tokens launching on them, so many interesting things that came on Solana. So really something we have to, agree, and we have to really, congratulate them for what they have achieved. So this is something like what I see that can be a potential threat to Ethereum, because Ethereum is stable, Ethereum is good. Okay, everybody knows about that. But, nothing is forever. Change is the only constant. We have to understand that. Everything keeps changing, and nothing will remain the same. Because if you see, for example, the stock markets for many years, like Apple was the number one stock. And, at some point in time, like Amazon beat it. at some point in time, like some other, Nvidia we did. Like it keeps happening, and something keeps going up, something keeps coming down. So even though Ethereum might not fall down significantly, but if their influence is coming down significantly, then I think something else will take the lead. In terms of wallet growth, I think in the last few months, what I have seen on DeFi Llama, which is a website like where you can see all the metrics of DeFi protocols. There, what I have seen is like it's a Solana, Ethereum, and Polygon. These are the only three like which is very active in terms of wallets, and there is a very good growth there. So and Polygon founder is also starting like many other projects like Sentient, which is an AI company. They're going to come out with the token soon. So he has launched a couple of projects, different tokens, different things, but everything is placing it on Polygon. So there is a bit of innovation, there is a bit of things, and Polygon was the first one to come out with ZK, many innovations that is happening, which is very good. But still, Solana has very big advantage because of the community, because of the cheap transaction fees, what they have, very low, extremely low, and super fast transactions. Even that's really true. And the entire blockchain is built with Rust, which is one of the most fast, fast computable languages. If you make a smart contract, like for example in Rust and some other languages, for sure Rust is beating hands down because it's the programming is like that. Rust, C++, they're all very top notch when it comes to coding. So this is also one of the concerns that people have with Ethereum these days, because of which it's not really reaching the all-time high. So that's why there is a new narrative now. And the narrative is like how BTC is a store of value, like ETH is also store of value. So, but we cannot buy into that because what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is not a company. Uh, it's not an application. It's nothing. It's a currency, right? It's just a currency based on the trust of people. But you cannot say the same thing with Ethereum because Ethereum has founders. Bitcoin doesn't. Ethereum has unlimited supply. Bitcoin doesn't. It has 21 million only. And Ethereum is having a use case, which is like for paying of the gas fees, and there is something which is binding it towards. But Bitcoin, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So being a nothing in anything can mean sometimes everything. And being something sometimes in something can mean not so much. So that is the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum, and why they cannot be the same thing, and why they cannot be seen as a store of value. I mean, if you want to see it as a blue chip company or blue chip project or a blue chip DAO, doesn't make any problem there. But if people try to paint the same picture for Ethereum like the way how they do it with Bitcoin, I don't think that's going to work. So but like that's how they're trying to project it these days. Like, okay, you have Bitcoin, the store of value, you have Ethereum also, because even that's a store of value. But I don't think this is going to work. Ethereum has to come up with some kind of innovation going forward if they have to really survive. And many other concerns, as I said. There's the other obvious concern is about the wars. Like we are seeing wars everywhere these days. In the last 4 years, we are seeing more number of wars than any time else in the past few, I mean, like in 1 decade or something like that. Because now Russia and Ukraine war is already going on, which is never ending. We don't know, like someone has to lose here, or both of them should come out and they should speak to each other and stop the war. Innocent people are dying every single day. So there there is no there is no light at the end of the tunnel. Still the war is still ongoing, and as long as someone keeps getting the weapon, they keep fighting. As long as there is no one else to fight the war, I think that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. We all want peace and something has to be done. But like no one is doing that one because it's not in the interest of business. So nobody wants to do it. They want to continue the war. And now what is happening? This is getting spread everywhere. Everywhere. You are seeing what's happening in Israel and what's happening in Gaza And this is spilling out now because it has reached Lebanon. It has reached a little bit of Syria now. And now Turkey is saying they're going to invade Israel. They're going to invade Israel, Turkey. So if Turkey invades Israel, and if Israel retaliates back to Turkey, Turkey is part of NATO, but Israel's close allies are UK and US. I don't know how this is going to work, because if you attack a NATO nation, then it's like according to NATO's agreements that all the NATO countries are at war, literally. So this is creating a lot of problems. Like, no one knows what is going to happen. I mean, this can be the beginning of the World War if Turkey really invades Israel. And there is already like last week, the ex-president or president of who I don't know like how they call that organization, as like which is a terror organization in Gaza. So that these people actually, the president, or I don't know, ex-president or somebody, he was assassinated in Iran. So when he was assassinated in Iran, like now Iran is saying they are going to retaliate them. So nobody knows what does that mean, retaliation means. And also we should not underestimate Iran, because Iran holds a lot of oil, a lot of gas. So if the supply of gas and oil is going somewhere down, then I think OPEC and everybody will come. They will again discuss about the cutting of the supply of oil or increasing the supply of oil. This is going to have a lot of pressure on dollar. This is going to have a lot of pressure on economies, because if one economy is spending a lot on the oil and energy, all the prices will go up. Because the moment the price of the oil shoots up, all our foods prices are going to hit the roof. The milk is going to be more expensive, the food is going to be more expensive, everything is going to be more expensive, our travel is going to be more expensive. So when everything gets more expensive, then we are at loss. So this is the main problem of going to any country which is oil rich, and if you attack them, the consequences are going to be very severe. So that's why even the war situation is not really helping. um, Especially the war in Gaza has to stop, because there is a chance that this can spill everywhere around Israel, and we don't know what is going to happen after that one. So there are a lot of concerns going on currently, because of which markets are not certain, starting with unemployment, Bank of Japan increasing the interest rates, selling of the BTC and ETH by institutions, war situations everywhere, be it Iran, Israel, Russia, and all these things which is going on in the world. So that's why we are seeing the markets in such a bad condition now. And I think like even going forward, the situation will be the same like how we are seeing, at least for this year. There is a big optimism that Donald Trump will get elected as US president, and things are going to change drastically for crypto. Look, I have a positive opinion that maybe he will do something, but I also have my own concerns about any politician, because all the politicians will say very nice things until they get elected. Once they get elected, you never know what they are going to do. And we have seen this several times in so many different countries. A lot of promises, but when it comes to delivery, they won't deliver exactly the same. There will be always something else which they don't speak now, but they will speak after they get elected. So maybe it can be the same with Trump administration. Maybe he's all good now, speaking like an angel, but once he gets the power, we don't know what's going to happen. And secondly speaking, I think whoever comes to the president position this time in United States, they clearly know that this industry is growing. And everything that people in United States want right now is regulations. They're not saying that like, give a free run for everything. We just want to be, like do things illegally. No one is telling that one. People are saying only one thing, like we want to be self-sovereign. So we want to hold our assets custody ourselves. We don't want to keep it anywhere else. And give us a proper regulation, like who can launch a token, who can hold a token, and what is a process of starting an exchange, how we can deal with cryptocurrencies. Just give a clarity on it. This is what actually Coinbase is doing since a long time. They're asking for this clarity, a basic one, but US SEC is not able to give that. So this is the main problem and major problem that United States is seeing currently. And I don't think like this is going to change so drastically whosoever comes to the power, because it needs a very strong political will, very strong understanding of the technology, um, and also like very, really someone needs to be very good and very nice, a very nice human being to understand these things and to understand how it benefits the whole world. So we have to see what will happen in the elections. First of all, we don't even know if Trump will win or not. So that is not even known as of now. But even if he wins, I have my own reservations that probably he might be better than other people, but he might not be doing everything what he's promising now. This is what I honestly feel. I don't know. I might be wrong. I would love to be wrong in this subject, so that like it will be good for the entire industry. So that's the market update what I wanted to give you today, because this is very important to understand why markets are falling down, and they're not falling down for any other reasons besides the one that I have already mentioned you. So guys, after the market updates, if I want to give some BCUBE updates, well, like all the agents are working. There are like 3 more agents that we are planning to bring in the next week or something like that. They work on a very different logic, so we have to change certain things on our infrastructure to make them work. So actually, we thought it's a bit of small work, like we can do it, but when we got into it, like we understood that it's not so small, like it needs some changes in the whole code structure itself. So we are changing all the code structures and we will try to deploy them as soon as possible. So 3 more agents are going to come. They will be trading in BTC alone, ETH alone, and BTC ETH together. So these are the 3 new agents that will be there on the marketplace. Besides that, what's there now, it's only that much. We have some open positions that will be open for some time, and we will look for a good opportunity, and then like agents will decide when to sell them. So as of now, like everything is hold. um Besides that, like B3X is coming up very nice. We just had like a demo just a few days ago, and the demo was looking extremely good, and we were very happy the way how the work has come up. And also like the landing page design of B3X is also coming up very nicely. So we just received like the landing page, like the first page, like how it looks like. It's really looking nice. I will just show it to you quickly. So this is the first view of B3X landing page. The logo is not designed yet. Nothing is designed yet. So it will be on these lines, like what you will see as the fund builder part here, and the yeah, the DEX part and volumes, TVL, everything is going to be on this one. Like there will be a DEX for derivatives, fund marketplace, fund builders, fund oracles. Yeah, it will be looking something on this line. So it's just a very basic thing what we have done. We have to fill up like many other information on this, which is not ready yet, but definitely it will be ready very soon. So next week we are working on a lot of things, like we are working on the copies, we are working on the UI, we are working on graphics development, we are working on like a video automation, many other things. So that's going on very fine. We are speaking to a lot of investors, like a lot of very, very good investors. They're very happy. We are just waiting for this landing page to come, and then to have all our pitch deck and blurb and white paper, everything on this one. The tokenomics also will be designed from next week. So once all these things are fine, like we will make it public, and then we approach the investors like whom we are in contact with, and then the fundraising will be very, very easy. So that's it for now. How will okay, there is a question. How will influence B3X, the BCUBE token? I have spoken this topic several times. I think it's there in the previous videos. Like there is one part of it like where I have spoken, because this takes like another 20-25 minutes. So please refer to the previous videos. I will even drop the link if you want, because it was spoken completely exclusively only on this subject. There was a video, so it's there on YouTube channel. So you can see it, and you will get a complete detailed answer of that one. Is there any other question? Okay, if there is no more questions, then we can conclude here, and we can see in the next meeting, sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, once again. And I think probably we will have something more to show and something more to share, and we will wait for that meeting. Thank you, guys, and thanks for joining me. Okay, there is another question. Who is going to be the closest competitor to B3X? It's it's an interesting question, because we have like 2 3 different things here. One thing is like a derivatives exchange, which is a decentralized derivatives exchange. So the competitors might be DYDX, Sin Futures, FXDX, and GMX. These kind of competitors who are derivatives perpetual trading contracts offering. And when it comes to like fund builder, probably like Enzyme Finance. There is like another Vault, which called as Vault. So they have the Vault system. So these will be the competitors for the Vaults, or the fund builder, what we are calling. For the Fund Oracle, there is no competitor whatsoever. And for the AI engine part, like to build your own fund, there is no competitor for that. So there is like a competitor, for example, manual trading, like which will be the first version of it. And the second version of it, like will be the AI engine, like which we are using for developing our strategies. We are giving it to the people to develop their own strategies now. So they can do that one. And we will make it possible for both DeFi strategies or on-chain strategies, which means like you can make a strategy between USDC, USDT, like doing arbitrage between two stable coins and these kind of things. You can do it. Or you can do even long and short, which is systematic trading strategies. So you can do many more things. So in this way, like we don't have any competitors. But if you ask me the competitors from derivative side, we don't have such a kind of major difference between others and us, because it will be the same. But like on the fund builder side, we have huge difference, because even going forward, like you don't even need to know Python coding or anything related to the trading. All you need is like a simple English. You can write every single command in English, like how you can write in ChatGPT. That's why we are developing our own LLM models. And those LLM models are capable of understanding anything related to crypto trading only. If you say something else, like it will not understand anything, but only crypto trading. If you tell that what exactly you would like to build, how you want the strategy to be, it is going to build it for you. And there is no competitor for even that one. There is one company like which does quite similar to stock markets for US. They're currently running beta, but for crypto, like no, there is nobody. So we will be the first one to do this one. Okay, thank you guys. Then it was nice meeting you, and we will meet again in 2 or 3 weeks. And I wish you a nice weekend. Take care and have fun. Cool. Bye bye. Thanks.